Alright, welcome back to Sonic Unleashed, where in this video we're going to do some fun stuff. As opposed to the last video where we did some Werehog stuff, which is not fun stuff. We are still the Werehog right now, but we don't have to play a Werehog level. We're just gathering some information. It's always nice to talk to these people. You don't really need to. Sometimes you do, sometimes you can't actually progress until you talk to some people. Which, I don't know, is kind of dumb. But I guess it encourages some exploration. Meat. See, I don't think we visited Spagonia as the Werehog before, so we could probably afford to take some time to look around, see if there's any medals around. Yeah, I guess so. I do like that they keep their, like, disposition outside of talking to them. Like, that guy was happy, and then we exited the conversation and he was still happy. They could have just reset him back to, like, a neutral kind of stance, but they didn't, and that's kind of nice. They put a lot of work into this game. Some of it paid off, some of it didn't. The Werehog was a bad idea from front to back, but they put a lot of work into it, that's for sure. I was thinking about this. I was really trying to figure out what game I think was better, and which game was closer to being a good game, this or Lost World. But I think it's not even really comparable. I think Lost World overall is a better game. Like, Lost World has some dumb things that it does, for sure, but I think I enjoyed myself more consistently throughout Lost World than I did during Unleashed. Because Lost World doesn't have anything nearly as cripplingly, like, boring as the Werehog. At least you're always moving forward. And now Tails is explaining how we now have inherited the power to control time, because we can change the time of day depending on where we want to go. I wanted to head back to Apatos because there's a second mission there that we could do if we had X amount of moon medals or sun medals or whatever, but I don't think Tails is actually going to let me. He wants us to go back to Missouri, I think. You really didn't need this much text to explain what's going on. I think we could figure it out. It's kind of a bummer they take the choice out of your hands. Yeah, he wants us to go back to Missouri. It's pretty dumb. Oh well, progress with the plot and we'll finally catch up with what my favorite character's up to.
Get out of here! Who are you?
Fear not, my good villagers. If you all behave, I won't have to do anything nasty. All you need to do is tell me where the Temple of Gaia is.
We're not telling you anything!
So, you dare to defy me, do you? What? Sonic!
Yo, Eggman! Thanks for that little skydiving adventure the other day.
I should have known you'd still be alive, you stubborn little hedgehog.
What are you doing out here?
I see no reason to tell you. In any case, I'm busy. Farewell!
What? Hey, wait! That's playing dirty! Come back!
Just ignore him. Is everyone here all right?
Yes, great. Thank you enough for helping us out.
It's a great cutscene. I love that they used one of the few good things from 06, and they reused his theme from that game, because that's a very good theme for Eggman. I would like to see some sort of instrumental version of Eggman from Sonic Adventure 2, or even one of his themes from Sonic Adventure 1, but his 06 theme is pretty good. They kind of dropped that, I think, after this game, which is kind of a shame. Maybe they got rid of it after Colors, I don't remember. I know they used it consistently for like a few games and then they just dropped it again. But we're gonna get one of my least favorite daytime levels. This is just one of those that I've never really been too big a fan of. Where's that kid's body? There's no way he's that thin that he's hiding behind that. Oh well. And yeah, you saw Orbot in that cutscene there. He looks very different than he does, like, currently, which is weird. It's like they didn't quite figure him out yet. He sounds different. He has more of a ha robot voice. Whereas, you know, he just has like a normal speaking voice. I don't remember which one voices him, if it's Wally Wingert or Kirk Thornton. I know Wally Wingert and Kirk Thornton voice Orbot and Cubot. I just don't remember which one is which. But the current voice actor for Orbot is great. And it's so good that they gave Eggman sidekicks in the games, because he always had sidekicks like in the cartoons with like Scratch and Grounder, and then what the hell were they called in Sonic X? I'm not nearly as big a fan of that show that I would remember that. Is it Boko and Deco? Is that their names? Yeah, I'm just glad that Eggman has a robot sidekick that doesn't laugh like Scratch from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't even replicate that laugh, it's so strange. Yeah, let's just do the daytime level now. I don't know why they do this. Why is this daytime level Act 1, but we do Act 2 first? That makes no sense. You'll notice sometimes I'll cut away from the loading screens into levels, and I'll have like less lives or something. It's because when I'm recording this, and I did it with Generations and I think Colors to an extent, but when it's these big boost gameplay, I like to do as good as possible when recording these. I like to get good looking, I guess, recordings of the levels. Sometimes they're not great because I don't really like this level, but I do like to look at least somewhat competent. But this part I couldn't figure out, because I kept doing that, and then I would try and go for those rings, and I would just die. So I really don't know what the deal with that was at all. And I played this part about 5 different times. I restarted it, the same thing kept happening. So for some reason you just can't target those little poles in the wall. Sonic will just dash forward and immediately die. Feeling good. So yeah, I'm not sure what the deal with that is. I think I get lucky here, and that's just how I come across it, or I just jump. Because you, like, lock onto these things. I really don't know what's happening here. And this doesn't help Chip. I didn't want to touch that. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that was. I love when you do that. I love when you land behind enemies. They have no idea you're there. Yeah, this isn't a particularly interesting looking level. Not a whole lot going on here. I like the boss battle that we're going to play after this. I think that's a little bit better than this. I don't know what's up with those. You should be able to homing attack those, I figured. I'm a little rusty. I haven't played this game in, like I said, a couple years before recording this, but I feel you should be able to homing attack those to grab onto them. Woo! Feeling good. These are the things you'll hear the most when playing these levels, and go. It's woo, go, and feeling good. it's a good looking level. I like the second half of it way more. Like this part, I love this part. A lot of it's automated, which might have something to do with it because it takes the control out of my hands, and I don't have to worry about the nonsense. But from like here on out, I think the level's pretty good. It's the first half I don't like, when you're in the kind of like city area. And I don't think that the like drift feature works very good in this game. So I've said it a couple times already, you know, I'm not too big a fan of this game. It's not my favorite of the boost style games. I like Colors and Generations much better, and hopefully Forces will be better too. So that's why there's some boost levels that in this game that I don't particularly like this one. Whereas in Colors and Generations, for the most part, all those levels are really good, other than like Planet Wisp in Generations and like maybe 1 or 2 in Colors. Whereas in this game, it's a little bit more... It's definitely more even, like in terms of good levels. There's definitely more good levels in this game than bad, which is good, but there's still some like bad ones. Man, Sonic is just having a great day. He's feeling great. Feeling good.
How's that?
It was alright, Sonic. Could have been better. If you didn't fall down that pit, probably would have been an A, maybe. I think the S rank, you have to make sure you don't get hit at all, which is kind of dumb, in my opinion. There we go. Next up we have the first boss battle in the game, which is pretty alright. This song, it's like a kid's cartoon.
Eggman!
How'd you get here so quickly? No matter, your road ends here. Behold, my new power! Egg Beetle, go!
I love Sonic getting ready for the fight. I love how much personality they give in the cutscenes here. So much better than the horrible, goofy, like, bad motion capture from 06 and, like, Adventure 2. This boss is pretty simple. He's fun. There's another one like this later on that's, like, so terrible. It's so obnoxious. What you do is you just gotta wait for him to open up, and then you homing attack him. You can get closer to him to attack him, which speeds it up a little bit, but it's also a little bit more risky. Sometimes depth perception kind of screws me up here. Sometimes I just get a little too trigger happy to boost around and swap lanes, so that's why I'll get hit by a lot of the like lasers. This reminds me of the Egg Dragoon fight from Sonic Generations. This is another boss too. I don't remember. There are very a couple bosses that are like this in this series. I don't remember which ones they are. You can also boost into him to attack him, which is kind of neat. Like a lot of things in this game, Werehog related, I think he has too much health, and I think this takes too long. It's a Sonic boss. You kind of want it to go a little quicker. So I could try and bridge the gap between me and him, but again, could be a little risky. He doesn't have his pincers out, they're forward, so you could run into them. See there, I just got antsy. Which is why I'll get hit a lot. Because I'm terrible when it comes to pressure like that. You little... Thankfully, he doesn't have very many repetitive lines in this. There is one boss where he does have a bunch of repetitive lines, because, you know, it is Eggman. He has to have his, "Get a load of this!" Or, "You know what they say, the more the merrier." He has to have that one line. "Time for the change of pace!" That didn't even sound like Eggman. I don't know who that was supposed to be. I guess Take This is as close as it gets. But yeah, if I'm not remembering wrong, there is one boss where he has a bunch of like repetitive lines. I guess it reminds me a little bit of the final boss of Colors. And because of that, I guess Lost World as well. Faster, Sonic. And there he goes. I do like how it slows down there, but it looks like it's like unintentional slowdown. At least at a certain point, it looks like it's unintentional, like, oops, the game just shits itself. Looks like B's are going to be pretty consistent throughout. I think I got an S on that one Werehog stage, and that's about it. That's the first of our little objectives that we've been able to complete, because right around here, we're going to be able to restore the first continent.
Is that the Temple of Gaia?
Let's check it out.
Why was Chip as fast as Sonic?
Awesome.
What is this place?
I really love the lighting here. This looks so good.
Hey, Sonic. There's something weird here, right in the middle. Hey, what's this hole?
Wait! There could be some kind of...
Whoa! Hey!
Hanna-Barbera.mp3.
Huh? What's that? Wahoo! The emeralds come back to life!
This was the Temple of Gaia!
This is such a minor thing, but honestly, I think the best the Chaos Emeralds have ever looked were in 06. I really like the way they looked in that game. They looked like gems. They look good in this game too, but I really like the way they looked in 06. That might be the best thing in 06. Anyway, that's it for this video. See you in the next one where we find out just how good of a job we did.